everyone, welcome back again to another tutorial. Hope you're all doing great. So in this video we're going to be making a 6 pieces blouse. This is also a requested video, so let's get to it. If this is your first time of watching my video, you are welcome. Please subscribe, like and share my video if you want to see more of this. So these are the items we need for this tutorial. We need interfacing, we need 1.5 meters of lace fabric, we need lining, taper, pins, scissors, and the sewing machine. So this is the pattern I drafted in one of my previous videos. So I'll put the link in the description box below. You have to watch this first before you watch this one I'm doing. So we'll be using this for this tutorial. This is Armhole Princess Dart pattern. You just check it. I'll put it in the description box below. So we're going to be using this to cut out the 6 pieces blouse. So I will now go ahead and fold my fabric on the table. So I'm cutting out the front one first before we cut out the back panel. This is just a normal princess dart pattern. So right from the waist, I'm going to extend it. Now for the flared, I'll be adding about 5 to 6 inches to it. I will take it 1 inch below under bust measurement. You can take it right from the waistline, but this is the under bust measurement. I will come down by 1 inch and take it right from here and extend my flared by 3 inches on this side and 3 inches on this side. I said I'll be adding 6 inches to the down part. So I open it up. This is the front panel. As I open it up, I will add 3 inches to this side and 3 inches to this side. That is 6 inches for each panel. So I have 3 of these for the front one and 3 of these for the back one. So we'll be cutting out the front one first before we cut out the back panel. So here I will mark 3 inches here. And on this side I will mark 3 inches. Just at the bottom of this is the under bust measurement. So I will come down by 1 inch. And I will mark 1 inch also. I'm starting my flare right from here, 1 inch below the waistline. I will take it I'll come to this side. I will still take it right from here, 1 inch below the under bust measurement. I'll cut it here, from here, then come down to this place and cut it like so. So at the moment I'm not cutting the neckline. I like to join it first before I cut out the neckline. I added seam allowance to the pattern already, but I'm just adding a little bit of 1/4 of an inch to it. I will pin it back, but I just want to show you guys how the center part. This is the center front. Make sure your mark is to know which one is front and which one is the back and the front one. So we cut out the 2 side ones. So I will still add 3 inches to this side, 3 inches to this side. Then I will add this side again 3 inches, and I will add 3 inches to the other side. I'm adding 3 inches to the down part here. On this side I'm adding 3 inches also. Then I will come down, go to the under bust measurement, come down by 1 inch. You can start from the waistline. Just want to start from under bust measurement. So I will connect the lines from here on this side. So I will cut this one out, cut this one out. So this is for this side, this is for the side, for the front panel. So this is for the front side, and now we cut out the back one. So this is the center back. I'll do the same thing I did to the front, to the back side. So I'll come down by 1 inch. Come down by 1 inch on this side, and I will take 3 inches here, and I will take 3 inches here. Let's take it right from here. I will split the back into 2 later on. So this is the back one. This one is for the back side, and this is the side, the 2 sides for the back. So I will still add 3 inches to the both sides. So this is the 2 for the back side. So I added 3 inches on this side, 3 inches on this side. The same thing to this. So it's basically the same thing. So I'm going to be cutting it out. Let me open it up so you guys can see it. So I will cut the lining and in the interface in the same way I cut out the fabric. And so I've finished cutting out everything. I've cut out the fabric, the lining, and the interfacing. I'm adding interfacing to the lining and to the fabric. So I cut out 2 interfacing on each panel and 2 lining on each panel. So this is the first one. The reason why I cut out 2 lining is because the fabric, as you can see, this fabric is a see-through fabric. If I add interfacing to it, it's going to be very obvious. So I decided to add the lining to the fabric first, then before adding interfacing to it. This is the normal fabric with an interfacing, and this is the lining with an interfacing. This is a soft interfacing. So I did the same thing to all the panels. As you can see, this is one of the front one, the side front one. This is it. Then I added lining and interfacing to it. Interfacing is not compulsory. You must not add interfacing to it, but it's good when you add interfacing to it. It makes it look very beautiful. So what I'm going to do next is to put the fabric together. So remember, we have not cut out the neck. So I think I would rather cut out the neckline first before sewing the fabric together. And I'll be adding a very soft word into the bust part. So I will fold my fabric into 2. This is the front center one. Place the neck measurement now. So I'm taking 3 inches for the wideness of the neck, and for the depth I'm taking about 5 to 6 inches. I'll draw a straight line here, here, so I'll cut it out. So this is the front neckline. I will be cutting the back one as well. I'm placing this against the back one because remember I marked out 1.5 inches for zipper allowance. So I will trace it. For the back depth, I'm taking 4 inches. So I'll cut it out. So I'm cutting out the shoulder slope. This is the front one, and this is the back one. So I'll be adding a soft wording to the front panel. I'll be padding it. I'll add a very soft wording to it. Now I'll come down 1 inch from the neckline and place my wording like so. I'm going to be cutting out my client's cup size. So from here, from shoulder to her bust point is 11 inches. So this is the bust point. This is 11 inches. So I will take the bust palm measurement. So her bust palm is 9 inches divided by 2 is 4.5 inches. So I will be adding a ½ inch for sewing allowance, that is 5 inch. I will mark my 5 inches here, that is the bust point, at the bust point. Then I will come down this side and mark 5 inches here. This is the bust. I will take it up like so and bring this one down. This is under to meet the under bust measurement. And I'll do the same thing on this side. I'll cut this out and use it to cut the other side. So I cut out this. I will use this to cut the other side. Use this to cut the remaining 4. One on the side and one on the other side. You just cut it the same way you cut out this one. I will pin it to the blouse. I'll pin this side also. So I will sew the wording to the bust line here, 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 and the other side. So after I finish sewing it, I'm going to be designing the front part. I'm going to be using one of these designs to design the front part. So I will just start taking it from here. Let me see this and this and the one. I don't know the one to use. I'm not using pink, definitely. I'm not going to be using pink. I'll add blue to it. I might be using this one. This one is very sharp. I will line it up like so. I'll start from here. So I'm placing it on the fabric the way I'm going to sew it. After attaching the wording to the bust part, then I will sew this one, take it to my machine, run 2 stitches on each, 2 stitches on this one, then before we join the fabric together. So I finished attaching the design to the the middle part of the front panel. I'm going to be joining the front fabric together, then I will join the lining together also. So what we're going to do is to turn this to this side. So I will sew it here, from here to the pad, bust pad, then take it to the ends here. So I will do the same thing to this side. I will turn it like so, pin it. You start sewing it right from the bottom. You sew it. As you're sewing it, you're bending it so that the cup will curve very well. So for the back one, I splitted the middle part into two because of the zipper allowance. So these are the two sides. And I will still sew these two, turn it to this side. Start from the down part, sew it along here. I will start from this side also, this side, and sew it all the way to the upper part. Now I will do the same thing to the lining. I'm sewing the fabric separately, I'm sewing the lining separately, then we join everything together. So guys, I finished joining the sides together. This is the front one. After joining it, I gave it a good press. So this is the front one. After I finished joining them together, then I gave it a good press. So what we're going to do is to join them together. So this is the lining. I'll make sure the lining and the fabric are facing each other. I will pin the shoulders. So I will still pin this side together. So I will sew the neckline, sew the shoulder and the both sides together. I will do the same thing to the back panel. This is one part, and I will take my fabric, still join them together. For the back side, I will sew the neckline, sew the shoulders, and then sew the sides, the both sides. So I finish joining them. So this is the back panel. So after sewing it, I turn it inside out, and I made a top stitch here. This is the front one. Before I turn it, I make a notch. So I will turn it inside out. Before we join them together. So I added the design also to the back side. The both sides are facing each other. So what I will do is to sew the shoulder and the both sides. I will take the exact bust measurement. Remember, the flare started right from the under bust, 1 inch below the under bust measurement. So I will place the under bust measurement, then place the bust measurement. And I will sew the side and the shoulders. So I finished joining the both sides and the shoulders. This is the back. So next is for us to attach our zip to it. I will pin the zip to the 1.5 inches. I will do the same thing on this side. And I will sew this side and sew the other side. I'll finish attaching the zip to the blouse. Here is the back side, the zip. I cut out a 3/4 basic sleeve, and I added about 4 inches flare to the bottom of the sleeve. So I've done series of video on this sleeve. The video I posted last week, I did something like this and explained everything in that video. If you can watch it, so I don't need to be explaining it over and over again. So we go ahead and attach the sleeve to the blouse. So I will turn the blouse to the wrong side. So I will take my sleeve, tuck it inside, and align these both sides together. And I'll make sure the right side of the sleeve and the blouse are facing each other. I use a plain fabric for the sleeve because I didn't have enough fabric. I used the remaining one to make 6-piece skirt for my clients. I will go ahead and sew the sleeve to the blouse. I will do the same thing to the other side. So guys, we're done with the blouse. I'll finish attaching the sleeve to the blouse. This is the sleeve. Here's the down part. So we have come to the end of today's tutorial. I will see you guys on my next one. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. I will see you guys on my next one. Love you all. Bye.